I'm still hunched over the bar. I wasn't fucking leaving. Excuse me, what? I wasn't fucking leaving. I'm sorry. What did you say? I wasn't leaving. I think you need to say that one more time because before you might have left the word out. I wasn't fucking leaving. Do you want to start this conversation over again? Because this attitude, we're not doing it. The fuck? Like, I don't know why you're talking to me like that. Why would you ever curse at me? Don't you ever in your life disrespect me like that, because I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to. What did I say to you? Did I ever catch an attitude with you? I do not think so. Who do you think you are? You could go back over there. You are dismissed. You are dismissed. Get out of my face. You are dismissed. Tatiana is in the middle. Go over there, you fake ass Haitian. Go over there, fake ass Haitian. Bye. Bye, nigga. Bye, nigga. You're not even Haitian. You fake. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yvana, calm down. Even a deaf man can understand the problem with this scene right now. What up, everybody? I am the Mademoiselle, and this is my channel, and today we are going to be doing a story time movie because I had to drag a coon at the bar, and now we have to have a conversation about self-hate. Now we're going to be talking about my most recent trip to Lebanon, Pennsylvania, and yeah, if you guys are not aware, I actually live in Newark, New Jersey. However, I was raised in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Now, if you guys know anything about me, I spend quite a bit of time in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. As a matter of fact, I used to go to Lebanon every single summer growing up. I have literally went there every single summer up until recently. Now, I literally used to spend about 3 months there. I would go from June, ending in August. Now, the thing is with Lebanon, Pennsylvania, it's one of those towns in PA, like most places in PA, where it is a predominantly white area. Now, this is a very, very important part of the entire story. For the most part, most of you guys watching this, since my channel is predominantly black, if you guys were to go to Lebanon, you would be literally probably the only black person in the room. And that was the case this night when me and my cousin and another friend decided to go to the bar. Now, let me just start off by saying, I mean absolutely no disrespect to anyone in this video that is white or any black people or anyone that is the minority in an all white or minority in any town that they live in, right? Special shout out to anyone who stands up to racism or anyone who stands up to any type of adversity in their town. Shout out to all the white people that stand up for the black people. Shout out to all the black people who stand up for their culture no matter what. Don't switch up and remain themselves even though they are surrounded by white people. And shout out to anyone who is the minority in a town where they are the only one of their kind. Because in this particular situation, that did not happen, and that was not the case. And to be quite honest with you, I'm upset. And for the most part, there's going to be a lot of people that come across this video and they're going to be highly upset. But to be quite frank, I don't give a fuck. I was gaslighted. I was disrespected. And most importantly, I was made to feel some type of way because I was a black woman who decided to stand up for herself because someone decided to say something that did not need to be said. So if you haven't already yet, go and get your tea, get your snacks, get everything you need, because it's gonna be a long one. Now, of course, I have to give you guys a synopsis of the people, right? So we're going to give everyone fake names here. Like I said, Lebanon is predominantly white. However, there's a few Hispanics in there and there's very few black people. Me, my cousin, and this friend are of Haitian descent. Now, I'm going to call my cousin Tatiana and I'm going to call this friend Ashley. So we got Tatiana, Ashley, and there is me. I gotta explain Ashley and Tatiana's character a little bit. So Tatiana is kind of like off the wall, always laughing, really out there, but at the same time she's pretty like reserved sometimes. But when she's out there, but she's also gonna tell you what's on her mind if she has to. Ashley, on the other hand, talks like this and like she has that valley voice, but she is black and she is Haitian. And yeah, that's how she talks. I'm not joking. I'm not over exaggerating. That is how she talks. Sometimes when she's around black people or when she's around me and she's around Tatiana, she might change her voice back to a little bit of hoodness. You know, if we play a little trap music, she try to act like she know the words and stuff, but she not really like that. And it's very weird because it's a running on joke in the Haitian community in Lebanon. Like, she thinks she white. Like, we really be joking around. Like, I'm not joking. Like, it'd be funny. It's like, bro, she thinks she white. Like, we really be cracking up. And a lot of you guys may be thinking, oh, well, maybe she just talks proper. No. There's a difference between talking black, talking white, and talking proper. 3 different things. And I'm tired of people trying to say, oh, there's no such thing as talking white and talking black. There is a genuine difference between talking white and talking black. And there's a complete difference between talking white, black, and proper. You can talk proper. This is talking proper. And then there's a difference between talking like this and talking like this. There is vernacular, and then there is talking like this, and then there is talking like this. Those are 3 different things. I personally do not like when people talk a specific way to try to convey a different type of personality when that is not who they are. And she's constantly done that. She's done that since we met her. And personally, I feel like that could be specifically because of where and how she was raised, due to being raised in an all-white town. And this has a lot to do with the story because of what the fuck happened. That is how she is. That's how she always has been, and she's always been annoying. I've told her this in her face. Funny enough, before we even went to the bar, I told her this shit. Ashley also does date a white man, and Ashley also lives with said white man. Now, I wouldn't think that this was important only because, like, you do live in a predominantly white area, and that is mainly what you have. Like, clearly, that's what you're gonna date. And I'm not gonna knock you for dating a white man, because at the end of the day, you love what you love. And I'm very pro interracial relationships. And again, if that's your environment, that's what your environment is. And if that's what you fall in love with, that's what you fall in love with. But when you couple that with the fact that she draws fake freckles on her face, she wears blush and bronzer, you guys might be sitting there like, but you know, what's the big deal? I've never seen any black girls wear blush, especially since most blush is not made for black girls. She said she's never really had braids before. Her hair is also relaxed. And then you talk like this, and then you have a white boyfriend. All of that in combination just doesn't look good. And then coupled with what happened this weekend, it also just doesn't look good. So since this is a re-upload, I took this opportunity to re-explain myself, since a lot of people were taking my words out of context. I am not saying black girls cannot wear blush or bronzer. I'm saying that most likely this girl probably does not do it the right way, and most likely does not buy the right blush or bronzer for her skin tone, which makes her look very clownish. For the most part, I've seen many girls wear bronzer. I wear bronzer. This girl, for the most part, wears both, and it just does not look good together at all. I haven't seen black girls wear blush for the most part at all. Like, I don't think ever. Like, it's very rare, and if they are wearing blush, maybe I'm just not realizing it and I'm mistaking it for bronzer. But I feel like it's a very outdated look, and when I can tell that it's blush on their face, I don't think it looks good. That's just my personal opinion. you do you. But when you're drawing freckles on your face on top of that, and then it's not the blush or bronzer for your skin tone, and you know damn well it doesn't look good, and it's not specifically tailored to your skin tone, it's genuinely an issue. This is not a conversation of what makes you more black or more white. It's more so of a conversation of, does living in a white town brainwash you or make you feel less black? Does living in a white town kind of make you anti-black in a way? You know, does that kind of make you feel some sort of way, right? Like, does that kind of make you feel like you kind of have to vie for their attention or vie for their approval? Because this bullshit that happened to me right now, I just can't, and that shit actually really fucking made me upset. We decided to go out to eat at Texas Roadhouse, which honestly, I've never liked Texas Roadhouse, but they said that this was the best food in town that was open at the time, because it was actually kind of late when we decided what we wanted to eat. But actually, I was hesitant, and it was actually pretty good. Shout outs to them. And it was still kind of early when we were done eating, so we decided we would go to a bar. Not gonna give up the name of this bar, but actually the bar was actually pretty decent. So upon arriving to this bar, I realized that the vibe of this bar was very weird. Now, if you guys never been to a bar, maybe you're too young, or maybe you guys don't really understand, a bar is usually a lot chiller than a club or a party, right? Usually people go to a bar for a very chill vibe and just a drink. Maybe you'll watch a game, maybe just catch up with some friends. Usually people aren't really loud at a bar. Usually it's like literally just people sitting down, drinking, catching a vibe. Literally a bar's supposed to be a vibe. I don't know what the fuck white niggas in Lebanon thought this was, but like it was just a lot of hoopling, hollering, and it kind of felt like a high school cafeteria table that never ended. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. You heard that part? Do not forget I said it. You're going to need that part. As soon as I walked in, I peeped a black man. Tall, dark-skinned black man. Like I said, all white town for the most part. You see a couple Hispanic people, but if you see another black person, more than likely, you're gonna know this black person, especially when the person is of Haitian descent, because it's a very small Haitian community in this specific town. So I was like, oh, who that black man? And Ashley and Tatiana, they look at each other like, oh God, it's that nigga. And I'm like, who that? And they're like, oh, you don't remember Dante? I'm like, what the fuck is a Dante? They're like, Dante, you don't remember Dante? I'm like, what the fuck is a Dante? They was like, you don't remember Dante? I don't remember Dante. And they're like, oh my God, like you don't remember he used to always be mad bougie and he never used to say hi to nobody, like, oh, the fake Haitian. And I'm like, the fake Haitian? And I'm like, I'm not remembering. And they started to like jog my memory, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember. So Dante was essentially one of those people we love to call a fake Haitian. Now, there's different categories of fake Haitians, okay? Foreign black people, you know what I'm talking about. We got fake Africans, fake Jamaicans, fake Haitians. Fake foreign black people either are the ones that don't eat the food or aren't indulged in the language or the culture at all, or the people that like to denounce their culture any chance they get, essentially to please or try to be cool or down with the other people. This is that one. He literally does not act like he is black at all, and he does not like to say that he is Haitian at all, and that is literally what he is known for. And they went to high school with Dante, and they're like, ugh, what is he doing here? Like, what the fuck? Like, I thought he didn't even live here anymore. Like, why the fuck is he in this bar? Like, oh my God. So, you know, they're all talking shit, and I'm like, oh damn, that's funny. Like, what the fuck? Like, I ain't seen him in a minute. Damn, he grew into his face. I was like, oh, he's cute now. Like, damn, he didn't look like that before. Like, you know, we're just all talking. And I'm like, wow, like, that's crazy. Like, we were really sitting there like, wow, like, but me and Ashley are about the same age. So even though it's like kind of college week or whatever, like, it's kind of weird because he's like kind of further in age compared to someone that would be coming back home from college. So me and Ashley are sitting here like, what the fuck? Like, that's weird. Like, why is he here? Type shit. And for the most part, Ashley's talking the most shit, okay? The most shit out of all of us. And we're just sitting there like, yeah, like, that's some weird shit. And my first inclination is, wow, that's interesting. He's not gonna say hi to y'all. And they're like, yeah, he's a fake ass nigga. Like, he's not gonna say shit to nobody. That's just how he is. Like, even in high school, he never used to say hi to us or anything. Now, like I said, I used to be there all the time. Like, I was always there. But I never really met Dante because, like I said, he's part of that class of people where he doesn't claim he's Haitian. His family's very, very bougie. Like, Haitians, y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about bougie to the point where if you go to his house, his parents will sit there like,
oh, did you see our garden? Oh my god, did you see our cars? Our kids go to the best schools. Oh, we don't eat that type of food. We don't drink that type of water.
That type of bougie. Like, they're bougie as fuck. So it's one of those things where I don't even think those types of Haitians hung up with my type of Haitians. Like, I never really got to meet him face to face. I just knew of him. I would see him on social media. Like, I've seen him around, but it's like I never got to meet him. He's probably the only Haitian from Lebanon I really didn't get to meet face to face. So it was one of those things where it's like I knew of him and I knew they knew each other, but it was one of those things where I was like, oh yeah, that nigga, like, interesting. So she spent her time talking shit the entire time. Me and Tatiana actually were pretty damn Haitian. We saw him, you know, she was talking hella shit. And, you know, we were just laughing, kikiing. You know, we Haitian, you know, we love to talk shit. Like, Haitians, that's what we do. Like I said, everyone's getting us drinks. Vibes are cool. Like I said, everyone's being annoying, trying to turn shit into a party. But it's, like, weird because, like, the music's not loud. Like, the music is very low. Y'all, if you've been to the bar in, like, New York, New Jersey, Philly even, like, the bar music be loud as fuck that, like, sometimes it's kind of hard to sit at the bar because, like, you kind of have to whisper in people's ear. It was so quiet. And it's like, why are y'all so fucking loud? Like, the loudest was niggas talking. And it's like, bro, like, I don't know why the fuck y'all so goddamn loud. So it's one of those things where it was like, bro, like, this shit is annoying, not because of the bar, but because of the people. So, whatever. Still had a good old time. And I kid you not, Dante was maybe 2 or 3 chairs down from us, surrounded by his little posse. And Ashley, Tatiana, and I was just sitting there like, yo, this shit is funny. Like, what the fuck? Like, what is this, high school? Like, this nigga's really sitting there the entire time, like, just with his people, trying to act like he cool, trying to act like what the fuck? It was just weird. Who are these people and why are they, like, just surrounding him like that? And I'm like, bro, this nigga didn't get up not once. He didn't get up to get a drink, didn't get up to pee. He didn't get up to do anything. So it's me, Ashley's in the middle, Tatiana, and we sat near the entrance, which is also the only exit. Also, keep this in mind because it is very important to the story. 2 things that I've said to keep in mind. It felt like a high school cafeteria table that would not end, and we sat near the only exit and the only entrance. We eventually all get drinks and we all open a tab, which, to be honest with you, I did not ask to open the tab. They just opened the tab. Usually when you give the card, they ask if you want to open the tab, but I guess they just, at this bar, they just take it and open the tab. Sorry, I didn't ask you, but hey, whatever. And I don't know if they just liked me, but my drink was only $3.75. I don't know if that's just they drink, but I got Amaretto sour, and Amaretto sour in Jersey would be like at least $10. I was like, oh. And I got like a top shelf one, which, let me just say, I don't know what the fuck, but they had no real drinks. If you guys are going to Pennsylvania, like these places like Lebanon or any of these like nowhere type of towns, yes, I said nowhere. Okay, Lebanon is one of those towns where you just don't go. It was funny because all the locals were super nice and all of them were like, oh, why are you here, guys? Like, listen, this is a horrible town. But they had no Douce, no Remy, no Hennessy. Like, what the fuck? Like, and I only drink that type of shit. Like, I only drink like top shelf, red label, black label, like Cavassier. Like, they had nothing. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, they had nothing. So like, I had my Amaretto with something, I think it was like, I don't know what they made it with. So I'm just like, ugh, like, give me the highest of something that you got. And that drink was only $3.75. And I guess maybe they liked me because literally anyone that came to the bar, they couldn't get their attention. The bartenders was only paying attention to me, and I was literally getting everyone their drinks. Everyone was coming up to us. They were being super nice. They were talking to us, like, to the point where, like, people were getting us rounds, okay? They were getting us rounds of shots. They were getting us drinks. They was getting us everything. Like, people were being so nice to us. Keep in mind, y'all, keep in mind, everyone that's surrounding him is literally coming up to us one by one, buying us drinks, having conversation all up in our face. This shit is mad funny because now that I think about it, this shit don't even make sense. Everyone around you is coming up to us, being friendly, buying us drinks and everything. That nigga ain't get up not once to say hi to them. Very weird, but I digress. But there were a couple people that just weren't so nice and that were being very, very sketch. First instance, there was a girl that came up to Ashley and she just randomly like stuck her hand next to Ashley's like thigh, like kind of like came up this way. And I'm like, why is she just sticking her hand on you like that? And she's like, oh, like I put my bag on your chair. And I'm like, I looked at the girl like, who the fuck is she touching? Like, y'all don't know COVID's still a thing? Like, why the fuck y'all just touching people like that? Like, why? Like, what the fuck? And I'm like, that's very weird. And mind you, this was a sausage fest. There wasn't many girls there. Between us 3 girls, there probably was only maybe 4 or 5 other girls there, and that's a generous number. It probably wasn't. The only other girl that was there that was actually kind of interacting with us was kind of like a mixed looking girl. She could have been white and black. She could have just been a really light-skinned black girl, but I think she was mixed, but she had braids. She was really, really cool. She kept talking to us. Other than that, all the other girls were pretty rude or pretty just like nice, nasty. There was another girl that came up to my cousin Tatiana, and she was sitting there like, oh my god, I like your outfit. But mad like about it. And I'm like, what is there to like about the outfit? Now you guys are probably like, Yvana, that's a compliment. But my cousin had a very, very basic ass outfit on. It was like a 2-stripe or 1-stripe type of biker jumper type of situations, and she was sitting down, and I believe she might have had a hoodie or something over it. Like, it wasn't like, I'm not gonna say it wasn't cute, but I'm saying like, it's nothing to be, it's not a special outfit. It's dark. You didn't see it because she didn't get up. What do you mean like an outfit? It was mad weird. I'm like, it was just odd. The girls filling up on you, the other girls all like, she like your outfit out of nowhere. Like, okay, I'm like, very strange. And then the other girl just kept talking to us. I thought the other one was just being friendly, but it was like every time I looked, she just kept looking and looking. Like everywhere I looked, everywhere I was talking, anytime I was talking, she just kept coming up and talking. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I thought it was weird, but again, didn't think anything of it. So eventually we all get up to pee one by one, and that's when the seat order gets changed. So now it's me, Tatiana, and Ashley. Before they were flipped, Ashley was in the middle, then it was Tatiana. And at this point, I kind of get tired. And now Tatiana starts putting ice in a piece of paper. And she starts rolling it up in... she starts rolling it up. She's like, yeah, I'm going to throw this shit at this nigga. We can leave now. And I'm like, girl, you annoying. Like I said, Tatiana, she just like me low-key, but a little bit crazy. And she's like, yeah, that nigga annoying. Like, he fake as hell. I'm tired of him. Started rolling it up, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get the cards back, because like I said, we had opened the tab, which made no sense because honestly we barely drink anything. My card was charged $3.75 and I left a $20 tip. Theirs was probably charged $10. I think they got 2 drinks, and I remember Ashley got charged for like 3 rounds of shots, and I think that was like $10. I'm like, how much were these fucking shots? Like maybe $3 each? I don't even know. I also have to add, because I know there's gonna be people that say this, none of us were drunk. I don't know if he was, but to be honest, I really don't think so. I really don't think anyone was drunk, because I don't know if these people put water in their alcohol, but with all the shots and all the drinks I had, I didn't feel not one thing. I didn't even feel tipsy, like not whatsoever. Like, and I have a very high tolerance for liquor, and for the most part, my cousin's a lightweight. She didn't feel anything either, so I don't know what the fuck, like, I don't know what the hell they were serving. Maybe it was just soda, I don't know, some medication in it, because like literally none of us really felt anything. Like we were just fine. So no one was like legitimately intoxicated, and none of us were like genuinely going through anything or feeling any bit of alcohol, and that's why we acted the way we did, or none of us forgot anything. Trust me, that's not what it was. I also have to add that Ashley was the only one that had like more of a closer type of relationship with Dante. Her family was kind of closer to Dante, right? So she said that some way, somehow there was a situation where she went to a party that Dante was hosting. One of his friends tried to get with her, and she kind of denied a pass that he made at her. And ever since, he started acting funny towards her. But she hadn't talked to the man in over 6 years, but he would still continue to like her posts and watch her stories, but would never contact her, never speak to her, anything like that. So it's one of those things where the nigga was just always fake. So that's what kind of warranted all of this shit going down. Also, when it comes to Tatiana, her parents would always compare her and her siblings to Dante's family. And they would always be like, oh, why don't you be like Dante and his sister? Why don't you be like those kids? You know, those kids are this. And that's also because my cousin's family, like their parents also have this kind of like want to be holier than thou. Well, mainly their dad, okay? He has this holier than thou type of personality as well. A lot of them over there have that. Like, a lot of the black people, especially the Haitians out there, kind of have that wannabe perception of, oh, you know, we're better than the other people. We're better than regular black people because we have more than regular black people. A lot of them have that type of personality. That's just the way it is. I'm serious. I'm not joking. I'm not over exaggerating. They'll be sitting there like, oh, these niggas, look at these niggas. Like, a lot of them are like that. Clearly Tatiana's not like that, neither are my other cousins, but like the older generation of Haitians that I see in that area are like that. You know, they'll be like, oh, look at these Haitians, or look at these other black people. Like, a lot of them are like that. You know, a lot of them have sat there and, you know, not allowed kids to not mingle with the other Haitian kids, or not allowed their kids to speak Creole. So it's one of those things where it's like, there's a lot of self-hate, there's a lot of nonsense going on that I just don't like, and I just don't want to fuck with, and it just has to be called out. Comment down below if you grew up in the same type of situation or in the same type of era where things like that have happened, because it needs to be talked about and it needs to be called out. All of a sudden, I get up to stand up on the chair to point out the cards. This nigga comes out of nowhere, comes up behind Ashley and puts her in a damn chokehold. Now, here's my teddy bear. My boyfriend got this for me. I love it. His name is Theodore. But anyways, you guys are probably thinking like this. She did not see him coming. Comes up behind her and puts her in an angular type of chokehold like this. Literally like this. He slapped her ear at that. Literally. He said, "What's up?" Grabs her in a chokehold. She's like, "Oh, this." I'm looking back because I'm over the bar and I'm just like, Tatiana's sitting there like, I'm thinking, okay, you've been talking shit all night. We're kind of annoyed with his behavior. I'm trying to get the cards back. Tatiana's trying to throw some ice at this man so we can leave. I'm thinking energy finna be lit. Like, can we guess what Ashley decides to do in this situation? We'll guess. Can we guess? Does she A, tell him to get off of her? B, greet him? C, cry? B. No, she greets him. She greets him. She says, "Hi, how are you?" Oh, hell no! I said, "How are you? Oh, nah. Oh, nah. How are you? How are you? I said, there is no fucking way you sat here talking all this shit about this man all night, who sat there for 3 to 4. This was not a 30-minute thing, y'all. This is not a 1 hour thing. We were there for at least 3 to 4 hours. Literally getting drinks, talking, kikiing, and she spent the most time talking shit. Every time we brought the subject to something else, she brought the conversation back to him, was running her goddamn mouth. So for you to sit there talking about something, "Hi, how are you?" Literally sitting there have a full-blown conversation with this man, I'm like, are you fucking serious, you fake ass bitch? And then what made it worse is he literally came up to you and choked you, and she got a whole man at home, and you letting this man come up to you and talk to you like that, choke you like that? Wow. Keep that same energy, bitch. This is why I don't trust these hoes. They always want to be like, oh, well, I would, but I don't like that. Yes, you do, bitch. Bitches is fake as fuck. Now, I'm like looking at her like, I don't give a fuck, still trying to get the cards back. Because now at this point, they're kind of like getting drinks. The bartenders are getting drinks or whatever. So I'm just sitting here like, all right. Now, Tatiana's sitting there like, wasn't you over there? You can go back over there. Why don't you go back over there? He's like, damn, calm down. Like, yo, I'm over here now, though. She's like, okay, but, like, you spent the whole night over there. So, like, what are you doing over here? He's like, I know, but, like, I'm over here, like, how's life? How's your brother? How's this? How's that? And now, like, things get awkward, and, like, it becomes, like, an awkward silence. Because now, like, I guess since Tatiana started, you fake, go back over there. Now Ashley's starting to get a little quiet, and now he looks at me because shit gets silent. And I'm looking at them like, ooh, she getting a little awkward over there. So you know how like when things get awkward between people and like now no one kind of like says anything and they kind of look at you. Now you guys are probably wondering he didn't even say anything to you. Now like I said, I don't even know him. But yes, it is common courtesy if you don't know someone in a conversation, you kind of introduce yourself and you at least say hi. It is, but honestly, it wasn't a big deal to me. Like, yeah, he should have been like, hey, how are you? Hey, I'm Dante. He should have. But honestly, I didn't give a fuck. I was trying to leave, and honestly, he's rude as fuck anyway. Fake ass Haitian. Don't need any of those in my life. So he looked at me, and I was like, oh, well, I mean, you were with your friends, and you're about to leave anyway. Now, the reason I said that is because, like I said, we're by the only entrance and the only exit. I did not say this with any malice, no attitude, no nothing. I said, hey, I mean, yeah, you were with your friends and you're about to leave anyway, right? I'm still hunched over the bar. I wasn't fucking leaving. Excuse me, what? I wasn't fucking leaving. I'm sorry. What did you say? I wasn't leaving. I think you need to say that one more time because before you might have left the word out. I wasn't fucking leaving. Do you want to start this conversation over again? Because this attitude, we're not doing it. The fuck? Like, what in the coon is going on here? What did this nigga just say to me? I don't know why you're talking to me like that. Why would you ever curse at me? Don't you ever in your life disrespect me like that, because I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to. What did I say to you? Did I ever catch an attitude with you? I do not think so. Who do you think you are? You could go back over there. You are dismissed. You are dismissed. Get out of my face. You are dismissed. Tatiana is in the middle. Go over there, you fake ass Haitian. Go over there, fake ass Haitian. Bye. Bye, nigga. Bye, nigga. You're not even Haitian. You fake. You're fake. You're not even, you fake. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yvana, calm down. Even a deaf man can understand the problem with this scene right now. Why in the fuck would you tell me to calm down? Meanwhile, your coon ass friend is disrespecting the fuck out of me. I'm defending myself. Why the fuck I gotta calm down? We're telling your coon ass friend to get the fuck out, move. He's dismissed. You're telling me to calm down. So now I got two coons. I got one telling me to calm down and one trying to come at me. Why I gotta calm down? Tell your coon ass friend to get the fuck out of my face. Don't you ever tell me to calm down when I'm trying to defend myself. This whole idea of people letting other people disrespect them, I'm not about that shit. I don't like it. I will never in my life let someone disrespect me in my face. Ever. I don't give a fuck what the circumstances are. Don't you ever in your life tell me to calm down when I'm defending myself. What the fuck is the matter with you? You can let people disrespect you, but you are not going to tell me to calm down when I'm defending myself. Why the fuck I gotta calm down? Why don't you tell him to calm down? Because at this point, I don't know what the fuck he's saying. I don't know what he's saying, but at this point, whatever I'm saying is overpowering what the fuck he's saying. At this point, I don't think he understood what was going on, and I do not think he expected me to go off on him. He's like, oh, well, nah, I wasn't even trying. No, I was like, nah, bro, like, nah. He's like, nah. I was like, nah, bro, like, nah, like, relax. Nope, get out of my face, bro. Get out of my face. What you're not gonna do is try to come at me. Like, why are you cursing at me, though? But why are you cursing at me? Did I say anything disrespectful to you? I didn't have not one attitude with you. I didn't say anything to you. You don't even fucking know me. And you're cursing at me. And you knew what the fuck you were doing. I literally asked you 4 times. You repeated it. And then I asked you if you wanted to restart the conversation. You didn't. You knew what the fuck you were doing. Say that shit with bass in your voice, you little bitch. Okay, don't you ever in your life. So at this point, all the white people was coming, okay? Shit was becoming a thing. And it was funny because all the white people was sitting there talking about something. Yo, I fuck with her, bro. I fuck with her. Yo, she stand up for herself. Yo, she stand up for herself, son. Like, yeah, she going in. Yeah. And what's funny is they heard what was going on. So at this point, can't no one fucking tell me I'm wrong because that nigga cursed at me for no fucking reason. I made this nigga repeat himself 4 times, and I even asked him if he wanted to repeat the conversation. Even the bartenders at this point are telling telling the nigga he needs to leave the bar. Because not only did he disrespect me, I sat there the whole night catching vibes. Niggas is buying us drinks. I made hella Lebanon friends. And on top of that, it doesn't look good for him because he came up behind her trying to put her in a chokehold. Now you're causing fucking problems. It doesn't look good for you. You're causing problems. You put a bitch in a chokehold. You disrespected me. Doesn't look good for you on your part. I don't think so, sir. So at this point, you would think it was over. No, I had to go in on him again. So at this point, she's sitting there like, I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. Like, what happened? Like, what happened? I'm telling her like, no, but like this nigga just cursed at me. Like, I don't understand. Like, he really just disrespected the fuck out of me. And I literally explained to her like, he cursed at me. Anybody with common sense would have legitimately said, okay, sis, go off, because he cursed at me. That is disrespectful. But instead, she was like, what? Like, I don't understand. Like, what do you mean? And I'm like, and she still proceeded to say, calm down. To me. You are telling me to calm down for what? So at this point, she's like, you need to apologize to her. I don't know what you did, but you need to apologize to her. You need to apologize. What do you need to apologize to me for? Nigga, listen, I already put him in his place. He's embarrassed in front of all his little friends or whatever. And to be quite honest with you, I genuinely don't give a fuck. Because at this point, I'm not his friend. He's not my friend. I don't know this nigga and he don't know me. I said what I had to say. I'll say that shit again. At this point, I need him to get the fuck out of my face. I don't need him to apologize. And now he's like, all right, you know what? Well, if you felt that way and, you know, you felt like I disrespected you, then, you know, I'm sorry. But, you know, if you would have just listened to, you know, what I had to say, then, you know, you would have heard the apology at the end. But, you know, you didn't have to get on 12. I'm like, aw, so now he wants to get turned up. Aw, now he's getting fake upset. Now that all of his little white people came, now we want to be circus monkeys. Now we want to give the white people a show. We want to give the white people a nice little episode. We want to give them a movie. We want to get turned up. So now this is what we're doing, right? You didn't have to get on 12, you know? You didn't have to get on 12. You didn't... I've been Judge Shortyy stinking the fucking place up, literally hand in my face and everything, like trying to, you didn't have to get on 12. This is my face. Because at this point he's trying to get turned all the way, turned up, all the way, all the way, all the way, turned up. So I got all the way turned up. You talk about getting on 12. That was 12 for you? Sir, do you not see I have my voice still? I have my voice. If I was on 12, better yet, that wasn't 12. That was literally 4 or 5. If I was anywhere higher than that, I would have my voice right now. I said, all the way turned up. I'm not your mother. I'm not your sister. And I'm not your motherfucking friend. Get your dusty ass out my motherfucking face, because I will curse you the fuck out some more. Put your ass in a motherfucking coffin. Take your ass back to motherfucking preschool so you can learn your ass some goddamn respect. I don't know who you think you are, but you ain't that. I will make sure you will never in your life disrespect another black woman again. I don't know what you think this is, but this ain't that. Don't you ever in your life come at me like that again. Cause no, like this is ridiculous. You're mad disrespectful for no reason. Like I don't understand it. I said nothing to you. I did nothing to you. But for whatever reason, you think it's okay to disrespect me. Get out of my fucking face. I think Joe Shortyy, and then we was really like, alright, nigga, bye. Like we're done. And that's when it was really a fucking crowd, and the bartenders was really telling him to get the fuck out. Like, I literally ended his whole entire life, okay? Put him in a motherfucking coffin, had a motherfucking funeral and all, okay? You guys might have saw the obituary, because it was some serious shit. Because I don't understand what he thought he was doing, because he ain't done nothing motherfucking serious. Shout out to all the white people and all the Hispanic people and all the other people at the bar that was literally coming up to me apologizing on Dante's behalf. Everyone was very nice and very cool about it. It was like, hey, what did my friend do to you? I'm so sorry. Like, that's what I'm so sorry. Like, they were being very nice. Shout outs to all of them. I really feel like she made me feel like I was like a crazy black woman going off at the bar. after that, one of his friends came up to her and pushed her. Literally, like, came up to her, bumped her just to put his drink on the bar, and she stormed off and left. I didn't see this happen. That's what she said happened. I didn't understand. Like, literally, she just stormed off and left. When I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? What this bitch doing now? This shit is ridiculous, bro. At this point, I'm just like, I'm tired. I need to walk back to Jersey. I don't even want to drive. I want to walk. This whole grandiose type of personality he has is really disgusting. And I really had to put him in his place because I am not with it. And the fact that she had the nerve to tell me to calm down as if I did something wrong really pissed me the fuck off. I did absolutely nothing wrong. The nigga looked at me and I gave him a response like, hey, I thought you were leaving, you know, like you were with your friends. And he literally felt the need to curse at me. Like, nigga, I don't know if it's because I called out his demon or something. Well, bitch, I put that demon to rest. Exorcism. I literally should have gave him some holy water to go with it, bitch, because I don't know who the fuck he thought he was talking to. I know he will never disrespect another black woman again. He could talk to his little white girls like that, but it ain't gonna be me. It is not gonna be me. It is not gonna be any other one of us. So literally we end up leaving and I literally cursed her the fuck out, okay? I went off on Ashley and I was like, I am going to fucking kill you, you fake ass bitch. Kill me! What did I do? Literally just like that. That shit was so fucking funny, y'all. And I'm like, how dare you tell me to calm down when I was defending myself? That nigga cursed at me. And she didn't have the nerve to go to Audacity. I gave it to her. Maybe she said that she didn't hear it. She did not hear. You guys are probably commenting like, that bitch lying. She said she did not hear that man curse at me. She said she didn't hear that entire conversation because there was another man there that was trying to talk to her. Now, there was all these niggas that was all up on her that night. It was very interesting. There was this one dude that, like, this drunk nigga that just really kept coming up to her. And she said at the same time that whole thing was happening, he was, like, in her ear, which that is true. He was there. I didn't really pay attention, but he was, like, right behind her, so I guess he was in her ear. So, maybe, but like I said, I made that nigga repeat it 4 times. Everyone else heard it. I have no idea how she did it, but again, I gave it to her. I was like, okay, I apologize. I should never came at you like that. If you genuinely didn't hear it, then my bad. I fucked up. I thought you heard it, but even at that, I literally said he cursed at me. Your response right there should have been I then. Boom. If anything, I would have literally appreciated it if you just sat down and said nothing instead of telling me to calm down. Like, why I gotta fucking calm down? But even at that, I never even saw it in that way. I literally let it go. We talked it over that night. And it wasn't until I went to sleep that I really sat down and I'm like, this dumb bitch. Like, she's such a fake ass bitch. Because, like, how the fuck dare she? She had the nerve. We were like, bro, like, how dare you literally sit there and talk to him? Like, why would you, like, talk to him? Like, we were talking all that shit. Like, you were the main one talking all that shit. And you told us, hi, how are you? Like, oh, well, what did you expect? You expected me to be a bitch? You expected me to mean him? We're like, we expected you to keep the same energy. You didn't have to be me. You could have been like, all right, hi, bye. That's it. Like, why would you not give the same energy? You were really running your mouth the whole night. You couldn't even keep that same energy. Like, you're mad fake. And she's like, oh, well, you know, I didn't want to cause a scene. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but what in the house, slave? You don't want to cause a scene for niggas that's not even your friend? This shit don't even make any sense. You don't care for these people. You're not friends with these people. As a matter of fact, these people used to bully you. Because listen to this cockeye right here. Listen to this bullshit. You know that nigga came up to you and choked you, right? And she's like, yeah, you know, I didn't know what to do. Like, all of a sudden, I seen a black hand come behind me. I didn't know who it was. What did I say in the beginning of this video, y'all? This is an all-white town for the most part. Barely any black people. For the most part, it was us 3 black girls, maybe 3 other black people in that bar. I'm not joking, I'm not over-exaggerating. There's only 6 of us. We're the only 2 other black people sitting next to you. The other 2 or 3 other black men were lighter than him. He was literally the darkest person at that bar next to her. You're telling me you didn't know who it was? Okay. Talk about something, she was in shock. She can't believe he did that. And I'm like, that's funny because now you're mad and now you're shocked that he did that, but you didn't seem to care until I brought it up. She didn't bring that up the entire conversation until I said it. And I'm like, this bitch is so fucking annoying.
Can we also talk about how when I was literally confronting her, she sat there talking about something, oh my God, and did you smell his breath? Like, oh my God, his breath stunk so bad. And I'm like, bro, but were you complaining about how his breath was stinking when he had his arm around you, when he was choking you, when you was being a fake bitch? No, I don't think so. So pipe it down and relax, bitch, because you fake as fuck. Like, now you're back to talking shit as if you wasn't just keying with him. Like, bro, like, I just really can't, bro. Bitches really are funny.
Like, I'm like, this bitch just really annoyed me. I'm like, she's really like running with that narrative now that I said it. And I'm like, all right, this girl's really a fake ass bitch. And I'm gonna sleep on it because now I'm like, I need to really think about this because like this is mind blowing me right now.
I have to give some clarification because I know a lot of people are probably going to ask. A lot of you guys are probably wondering, why is it that him as a dark-skinned Haitian black man, he's not getting bullied, he's not getting into any of this, and why is it that, you know, your cousin's not really affected by this or anything like that? Everyone is affected by living in these types of environments differently. So in his case, he is or was a jock. He played football, basketball, I forgot which one it was. Maybe it was both. So when you're a jock, and for the most part, when you entertain white people, remember I said this, mark my words, you can go look at all your faves, whether it's social media, entertainment, whatever it is. When you entertain white people, when a majority of your fans, when a majority of the people who love you are white people, you're always going to have a seat at their table. If you are an athlete, if you are an entertainer, if you are part of anything that is entertaining white people, whether it is making black people look bad or you are entertaining them, whether it is sports, theater, whatever the case may be, you will always have a seat at their table. So for the most part, he's an athlete, therefore he is one of those popular kids. And on top of that, he has always denounced his culture. He's always been up under them. He never says hi to any of the other Haitians or any of the other black friends or people that he knows. Anytime, like in this case, he does not associate with them whatsoever. Of course, because he is a jock and this is how he treats other black people, he's going to be given preferential treatment. Now, as far as Tatiana or any of my other cousins who have been brought up in this type of environment, and he doesn't seem anti-black on the outside, but recently, honestly, I just found out recently that he's essentially anti-black and honestly a colorist. Let me just say it. He said that he does not date black girls and he does not like black girls, and if he was to date a black girl, it wouldn't be a Haitian dark-skinned girl because he does not appreciate any of the girls that his father has dated. He doesn't like any of his father's taste, and this is due to the divorce and all of this extra shit that his parents went through. He doesn't like any of the women that his father has brought around. All the black girls that he has come into contact with have not been tasteful. He only dates white girls. He only finds them attractive. The dark-skinned girls aren't attractive, etc. And I literally had to tell him, like, I don't know why you think it's okay to say that. If someone was to say something like that about you, you would not like it, especially because you are not light skin, like you are darker, you are of a darker skin tone. That's extremely disrespectful. Not only that, you are young, so I'm gonna let you live a little bit. Like, he's literally about to graduate high school. I'm like, I'm gonna let you live a little bit, but you have not been in a conducive environment to even make that type of assumption about all black girls or a majority of black girls. Like, you've been surrounded by white people. So when you go off to college, maybe you'll make a different assumption about us, but like, that is like really disrespectful, and I really hope you do not hold a grudge, you know, or like have that mindset. Tatiana also has this whole situation where she's like, you know, black boys are not my type. And I'm like, honestly, again, you have not been around enough legitimate black men to say that. Yes, there are black people and there are black men and women in Lebanon. However, it's not a great, accurate depiction. It's not a good representation of blackness at all, okay? Like, those token few black people are not a good representation of what black men are. And I'm just like, you guys need to get out a little bit. You guys need a fucking passport. You need to get out of the country. You need to travel around the country, even if you don't get a passport. You guys cannot just sit here in Lebanon and sit there, oh, I don't like black girls, I don't like black boys. That's really ignorant, and it's just really disgusting because you guys are fucking dark skinned. It doesn't even make any damn sense. Then I have other family that is like really like, y'all, like up there. Like, I'm talking about rich. Like, you know where Queen Latifah lives in Jersey, you know, Nick Cannon, like they live over there, like doctors, lawyers type of family. And I remember when me and my cousins went to go visit them, we're trying to talk to them, we trying to have fun, we trying to kick it, we speaking Creole to them. They're looking at us like we got 6 heads. And we're like, what was going on? And they're like, oh my God, like, what are y'all saying? And we're like, what the fuck? And we looked at them like, yo, these kids not Haitian. And they looked at their parents like, oh, Mom, Dad, we're Haitian. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. And these were like grown ass kids, y'all. So it's just shit like that. Like, there's a lot of people that grow up in these environments and they willingly do not teach their kids about their heritage. They willingly do not tell their kids that they have a whole different ethnic background. They do not teach their kids culture. They literally whitewash the fuck out of them. Okay, this is a real serious thing. It's a real serious issue, and it does not affect people differently. Some people, you may only see it in their dating life. Some people, you may only see it in their friendship life. Some people, you will see it just within them, where they'll skin bleach, they'll, you know, relax their hair, they'll talk a certain way. Some people just don't get affected at all. Some people literally just become entirely whitewashed. But for the most part, these things will and can affect you, and sometimes you may think that you're 100%. I guarantee you, if you are someone that lives in a predominant type of town where you are the minority, you most likely may have picked on some sort of traits that you may have not noticed. And Sage just fell off her cat tree. Traits that may be washing you away of your original ethnicity. And honestly, this is not okay, and it's really, really unfortunate that a lot of people have to go through this. I slept on it, and I realized that I really always thought that, you know, it doesn't matter where you live, right? I always thought it doesn't matter if you live in a white town, black town. It doesn't even matter if you go to a white school, a black school. It's what you do with it that matters. It's what you learn. It's who you're surrounded by. And I've honestly changed my opinion wholeheartedly now. I have a lot of you guys that contact me on a regular basis, and you guys tell me your stories. I'm the only black girl in my friend group. I'm the only black girl in my town. I'm the only black girl in my school. And of course, on paper, when I read these stories, when I talk about these stories on D Mafia Speaks or whatever, it's easier to just give the advice because I'm reading it and I'm looking from the outside looking in. But literally being one of the only black girls in that bar and having to defend myself literally against a coon ass black nigga that doesn't even accept his blackness or his Haitian heritage, having to defend myself in front of a black friend that was literally telling me that I'm causing a scene and telling me to calm down and all that goofy shit, made me see things into perspective. And it made me realize that it really does matter where you raise your kids. It really does matter, because when you raise your kid in an environment when they are not seeing a representation of themselves or a positive representation of themselves, it really does affect them. When you are forced or put in an environment where you are the minority, there's not much of you around, right? Where you are the only person that has your hair texture, your skin color, your eye color, whatever the case may be, eventually you start to think that you're wrong. You start to think that you're bad. You start to think that, you know, you have to be a certain way to fit in. You start to feel like, you know, you are less than. And I feel like that entire display was that. Dante has spent his entire life basically ignoring his fucking Haitian heritage. And it's funny because before it used to be a joke, like we always be like, oh yeah, Dante not even Haitian. Now it's like, all right, that's not even funny. And that entire display of him just acting like he was grandiose, doing all that goofy shit. Friends were coming up to us the entire time at the bar, and he didn't choose to say anything to, you know, Ashley or Tatiana until he was leaving, until he was dead leaving. And when I called him out on it, not even knowing I was really calling him out, really, like clearly I was like, all right, this nigga about to leave, that's why. I didn't think it was gonna make him that mad, but it did, because he knew I was telling the truth. Did you not want to be seen with the other black people at the bar? You didn't want to be seen with the other Haitians at the bar? Were you mad that we were taking your attention away from you, or what? Because people were crowded over him like it was a fucking high school reunion. And that's because, like I said, what did I say, guys? Keep it in mind. Come to find, that entire shit was practically a high school reunion. Not a literal one, but apparently everyone at that bar went to the same fucking high school, including Tatiana and Ashley, who didn't tell me this. And I wish they would have, because if they would have said, hey, all of these people went to high school with us, and hey, they used to bully us in high school, I would have never went. Since they were one of the only black girls in their high school, my cousin and Ashley were bullied by these white kids and some of these Hispanic kids. They would say very rude and disrespectful things about their skin tone. Very rude and disrespectful things about their heritage, their culture, and just for them being black. I'm very upset that they didn't tell me this, because as soon as they would have said, oh, these the niggas we went to high school with, these niggas used to bully us, I would have walked straight the fuck out. Tatiana sitting there, I was like, oh, well, I did say we could leave after the first drink. I did say these is a nigga from high school. I did tell you guys we sat right by the only exit and the only entrance. Tatiana was at the other end, and at one point Ashley was in the middle. She didn't relay none of these messages. I don't know if she just wanted to fucking stay. I have no idea if she fucked Dante at one point, because this entire fucking orchestra was ridiculous. From the girls coming up to us, all the dudes coming up to us, all his friends literally coming up to us back and forth. It was strange.
There was at one point where there was this really, really big dude that was like kind of covering us, kind of like being a wall. I'm not joking, y'all. Like a human shield blocking us from him. And then like there was people that was just like walking back and forth and like walking around trying to see what we were talking about. It was very weird. A lot of us think that, you know, living in a white town, better to do towns, living in these richer places does a good thing and does our kids justice. It really doesn't in the long run. It ruins our self-esteem, it ruins our culture, it ruins our self-image. And this shit really forced me to really dig deep. I felt ridiculously gaslighted. The fact that this bitch had the nerve, the gall, audacity to sit there talking about some, I didn't want to create a scene. Like, I was creating a scene because I defended myself. And what's funny is, even though I was doing all of that, I wasn't even that loud. That's the crazy part. Like I said, I still have my voice. Even with y'all, like I'm telling the story, I still have my voice. That is not as loud as I can get. I can get 10 times louder than that. And I've screamed at people. I went off on people and literally lost my voice for weeks. That is not even loud for me. Like, I literally gave him enough ammo to make sure he never disrespected another black woman again. I put that nigga in his fucking place. That's what that is. Since people want to think he's so damn special, I showed them he's not that damn special. I don't give a fuck. Someone who's supposed to be cool with me, someone who I thought was a friend or whatever, supposed to defend me, didn't. Of course I told her this shit because I had to make the video. And I'm the type of person, I like to do what other people say, right? They be like, oh, say it to my face, don't talk shit. You know, if you have something to say, don't say it behind people's back. Well, I'm realizing that everyone is full of shit. And at this point, I'm realizing that, like, a lot of people really do not say what they mean or mean what they say. So I decided that a day or so after all of this, when I actually thought it over, I was going to call her over and I was going to tell her, I'm going to make this video. And to be quite honest with you, I don't want you to be upset about what I'm going to say, because what I told her the night it happened is nowhere near what I came to the conclusion as. Because for me, I saw it as, I think that you may be going through some sort of self-hate type of situation. Like, you know, from the way you talk, to the way you wear your makeup, to the fact that now you're kind of like surrounded by all of these white people, the way that, you know, you're kind of dating a white man now. Like, I feel like all of this kind of has a bearing in how you act. Like, I feel like all of this, like you sitting there talking all that shit about Dante, I feel like both of you guys are one in the same, but in two different aspects. And that's why both of you acted the way you did. I had to curse him out because he thought he could disrespect me for his own reasons of self-hate and cooning. But I feel like you're a coon in another fucking way. So I had to call her over and tell her that. And I was extremely respectful again, and still got disrespected. It was me, her, and Tatiana. And I was like, so I did some thinking, I slept on what happened, and I'm actually genuinely upset by how everything went on. I feel like I was gaslighted. I feel like you genuinely came at me for what happened, and you didn't come after Dante. I don't understand how you were telling me to calm down for that whole situation and not him. Y'all, right off the bat. I've never seen somebody have shades on. I can see their attitude through the shades. Let me get some shades, y'all.
Well, I don't know why we're still talking about this, because, like, we're really talking about this and they all having, yeah, like, alright, like, if you feel that way, then I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Ashley, I'm trying to tell you that that night, I didn't come to these conclusions. I'm trying to have a genuine conversation with you and trying to understand why you act the way you act. I know that living in Lebanon in particular, it could be hard, especially being black or being of Haitian descent, where it's like you're surrounded by white people, you know, now that you know you date a white person, and then like just the way you do your makeup, the way you talk, the way you act. Like, I want to know if that has any bearing of the way you acted or just how you act on a regular basis, because I'm genuinely trying to understand, because this is something that people come to me about on a regular basis. And even though a lot of people I don't see are affected by it, I feel like you're really, really affected by it. I know you most likely been affected by it because, you know, they probably bullied you and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm really trying to get a better understanding.
you know, like, I feel literally attacked. Like, I feel attacked because, like, why the fuck are we even talking about this right now? Like, I didn't even think, like, I was gonna come over here and talk about this right now because, like, you really are attacking me. Like,
I'm not attacking you. If anything, I genuinely don't even understand why you're so upset.
I already apologized. Like, I already apologized. Like, what do you even...
What's funny is you're saying I'm attacking you. If anything, you're cursing, you're getting loud, and you're being extremely disrespectful for no reason. And this is exactly what happened at the bar. And it's funny because you were talking all that shit about Dante, and you're literally just like him. All of this acting white and white privilege y'all think y'all got, it needs to stop because I'm not dealing with it. Period. And I wanted to tell you all of this shit to your face because when you see my video, I don't want you to be caught off guard. I have not disrespected you not one time in this conversation or any time at all. I'm literally coming to you like a real bitch. I have not said anything disrespectful to you in this conversation not once, but you're disrespecting me. Please, I need to understand it because I've not said anything disrespectful to you.
I feel like you are disrespecting me. You are disrespecting me because I don't understand. Like, I feel like I'm being ambushed. Like, I came over here and I didn't know this is what we were going to talk about. Like, we already talked about this. We already fucking discussed this shit. I don't understand. Like, if that's what you feel, then okay. Like I said, like, okay, I'm fucking sorry. I'm fucking sorry. Like, I thought that you were going to fight. Like, I thought that you were going to fight. Like, why is it such an issue? Like, why?
So, I've been coming to Lebanon all my life. You thought that I was going to fight a man at that. You thought I was about to fight a man. You thought I was about to fight someone I barely know. And you thought that me defending myself was causing a scene. You thought that I was about to do all of that in a bar. Like, for no reason. Like, you really thought that. Like, I don't understand your logic here. And then on top of that, I literally sat there and told you specifically what the problem was. And you still continue to tell me to calm down. You literally told me to calm down. You didn't tell him to calm down. Okay, you didn't tell your friend to calm down. You told me to calm down.
I was telling everyone to calm down. I wasn't just telling you to calm down. I was telling everyone to calm down. And to be quite honest with you, like, I genuinely didn't know what was going on. That is why that happened the way it did. And that's not my friend. Like, that's not my friend.
Oh, that's not your friend? I couldn't tell. I really couldn't tell. Because you literally sat there and gaslighted the fuck out of me, telling me, like I said, to calm down. You did not say calm down, the both of you. You did not say you both need to calm down. You directed yourself at me and told me to calm down. You said, Yvana, calm down. You waved your hand at me to tell me to calm down. Okay, I remember that night vividly, which is why I said, I'm gonna curse you the fuck out. You're a fake ass bitch. That's why I cursed you out. Okay?
And I don't like how you said I was a fake ass bitch when, you know, I told you that I didn't hear the conversation.
Listen, let me tell you this right now. I apologize to you. I don't know what you're talking about. I literally said, if you did not hear it, I apologize. But I literally repeated it to you, like literally. However, if you really didn't hear it, like, I'm really sorry because I really thought that you heard that. Like, because everyone else at the bar heard it. But, like, literally, if you didn't hear it, like, I really apologize. You accepted the apology when I said it in the car.
Oh, well, I didn't hear it.
So, I don't know why now you're saying you didn't hear it.
Oh, well.
But, okay, now you're trying to make something else up. It is what it is. But all of this bullshit of you cursing at me and getting upset, it stops now. Because we're not doing it. Like, all of this attitude, this rolling of the eyes, the pouting, the getting upset, we're not doing it. This attitude, we're not doing it. We're not. Because I did not disrespect you at all. This white privilege, again, is going to have to stop. You're not white. You're not. I'm sorry. You're not. Like, I don't understand what's up with y'all, bro. Like, is this like a Lebanon thing where y'all think y'all got white privilege, but y'all don't? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, listen, I'm gonna have to, like, give y'all a mirror to understand what the fuck y'all look like. You're not white. And even white privilege don't fucking work here, bitch. Your card is declining. You need to write a check. And I hope it don't bounce, bitch. Because I'm not accepting it. And the next step is calling the cops because you're a fraud. Stop your nonsense. Stop your shenanigans because you're not running this bullshit with me. Please name one time I've disrespected you in this conversation. Like, because at this point, I started getting very, very frustrated. Like, I was about to hit her because I'm literally being very calm with her. I did not yell at her. I didn't even curse at her. Like, I was very calm. Like, this was me with my wine glass, with my iPad in front of me, like, just chilling. I'm a very direct person, guys. Very direct. If I care about you, I'm very direct. Like, she's very cool people. So I really wanted to tell her straight up, like, hey, I'll be making a video about this. You're probably not gonna like what I say. Now she want to sit here, hoop, holler, curse, and do all this goofy shit. Like, for what? I'm literally being real with you. Everybody want to say I want a real bitch till the real bitch is real bitch. Everybody want real till people real with them. So, bitch, say what's on your chest and say it with your chest and say it with bass. Because I want to know. Now she want to walk away and storm off, and now she yelling in the motherfucking driveway. Tatiana's dad come, and he's like, the fuck wrong with her? And I'm like, she going back to the slave house. Yeah, the fuck I said it. She probably heard me too. And honestly, I don't give a fuck. And yes, I call her a house slave now. That's her new name. I was like, yeah, she probably going back to the slave house. She a house slave. He was like, oh yeah, you know, she thinks she white. Like, he literally said it. Like, it's a whole thing. Like, we all say it. Because, like, that's literally how she acts. So it's one of those things where it's like, she just needs to find herself. And she needs to stop acting like that. Because she's too grown for this. Like, you a whole fucking 26. You need to find yourself. You need to stop acting like that. So, moral of the story is we need to be very, very mindful where we raise our kids. We may think that just because our kids are growing up in a white town or go to a white school, whatever, we may be doing good for our kids. But for the most part, that's not always the best, and that's not always the best situation. You may be fucking around with your kids' heads. You may be fucking around with your kids' self-esteem and self-image for absolutely no reason. Put your kids in diverse situations. I don't even believe in kids being placed in all black schools or all Hispanic schools or all white schools if that is their, you know, ethnicity, race, or nationality, whatever the case may be. I feel like kids should be in diverse situations where they can learn from a multitude of different people in different situations. That's my personal opinion. I was in a high school that was mainly mixed, so I feel like that's how I learned best. You're free to disagree. I feel like for the most part, when it comes to like toys and communities and stuff like that, you should always submerge your kid in their specific ethnic and communities and stuff like that. For the simple fact that they should learn more about themselves and see themselves in the media, in their toys, in whatever it is that they consume regularly, because it really does build their self-image, their self-worth, and they should be able to see them in everything that they consume on a regular basis. But when it comes to, like, you know, their education and everything like that, I feel like they should be in environments where they can learn from any and everyone. So this whole situation right here is a prime example why you shouldn't just have your kid, especially if you're a black kid, in a whole situation where they're the only black person. Let me know down in the comment section if I'm over exaggerating and if I'm looking too deep into the situation. What would you do in my situation? And if you grew up in a situation like this, and of course, what would you do in my place? Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, do all that, and I'm gonna see y'all next time.